Episode 3. Today's topic is making friends. Today we'll be sharing our thoughts on meeting people, socializing in the post-COVID era, and finding friends in unexpected places.
The material and information presented here is provided by lived experience youth and for general information purposes only. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are of the guests of our podcast own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of Youth Move.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime and all down here in the deep blue sea. Yay!
Hello.
All right, so today, welcome to another channel of our Yimco podcast. We are talking about making friends.
Hence why we sung that song.
So, friends, my brain was just like, we're doing it, we're going, yeah. And then
I guess we can start with us, we're all friends now.
Yeah, honestly, with our relationship, it's kind of a funny thing. We kind of met 24 hours ago, you know? And
you know what's so funny? I feel like none of y'all had ever heard my voice on a Zoom call nor seen my face.
At all.
I knew your voice, but I did not know what you looked like at all.
No, the thing was when we were all having our little virtual conversations and things like that, I kind of look at faces and I see vibes, and I'm just when I did not see your face, I couldn't in my head detect. I'm does he have a good vibe? Is he cool people? What's going on with this one? He's a mystery. So I was just I don't know about that.
Oh my gosh. You know what's so funny? I feel like we just broke a world record because it's we've known each other our whole lives.
Right?
Literally.
Right, in less than 15 minutes.
It's like summer camp.
Yeah.
It's like summer camp.
I mean, you and I kind of have a disadvantage because you
Right, you guys aren't fair. You guys have a deeper relationship than all of us do.
And we've got 2 vistas in Boulder, so me and Savannah work together and each other, but
we're gonna tag team on some
Yeah.
events. We're gonna do some cool stuff with the
stuff
youth.
for the community.
Mm-hmm. But it was just so natural meeting you
Yeah,
guys.
for a lot of us, it
I was
the first time
nervous.
seeing each other in person.
I was actually nervous, and it was funny because when I was talking to one of our fellow vistas about what's going on with travel and transportation and things of that sort, I was okay, I can take anybody. It doesn't matter, if I got to drive up and then drive back down, it's not a big issue. And then they're well, let's have you meet Ben. And I'm okay, stranger danger, love that. We are, just having, we're just gonna meet this person the day of. That's okay. And when I told my mom, she wigged out. She was absolutely not. This is stranger danger. We're not doing this. And of course, me being the rebellious child that I am, I was Mom, you can't tell me what to do. Surfboard, So it was just
It's for work, Mom.
Exactly, it's for work. So when I actually met him, we literally did not stop talking
The whole drive.
And we're still not done talking. The only time we stopped talking
Sleep.
literally exactly was sleep.
So we figured we might as well just hit record.
Right. Why not? We're just kind of rolling with this thing. And it's just that's the thing about having friends. When the vibe is right, when the connections are there. And you should be able to listen to your intuition and be yeah, I like this person, or I'm not really feeling that. Because with this, we did not know each other from a hole in the wall. And we're sitting here talking to each other like we went to high school together, So it's just it's so natural and it's so fun. And the thing is that I'm going to be real with y'all. This is the most I have felt myself in years. And the thing is that if you start feeling yourself with other people, you start to realize that you were hey, I like this. I like being with friends, because in the past, I used to be so skittish with friends and I would never be able to keep them because I was forcing myself to be in their mold. And I'm like, I cannot be in your mold. I'm loud. I'm a little obnoxious. I'm a little irritating. And that's okay. You know, and I need to find people that are similar to me, or they are just be like, okay, that's Ray, you know, but I love her. You know, that's the thing when it comes to friends.
You gotta find your people.
Yeah.
I always thought I was so like, I mean, I am pretty socially awkward and shy, and you know, I have some social anxiety, but so much of that just went poof when I just like met the right people.
Right.
And you know.
No, I ain't gonna lie. My best way about like making friends is not being scared to be embarrassed.
Yes.
Like I swear, just go out there, be out there, say like not to say most outrageous things, but don't be afraid to talk your mind and stuff like that. Like for real.
Have you heard of like social anxiety exposure therapy? Like there's like a list of things that you can do. Go in public and embarrass yourself on purpose. And then like just, I know it's a real thing. And then like you're not scared to just go up to someone at like a social event and say hi, because that's literally not embarrassing, and that's a very normal thing to do.
Yes, right.
And it will like make you friends.
I'm gonna put myself out there. This morning, we all went to go get coffee this morning, and there was a mannequin in the window. And so me just being like a little intrusive thought person I am, I was like, there's a person in the window. You know, so everybody kind of turned around and was like, who's in the window? Concerned. And I'm like, no, it's just a mannequin just looking
No, you
menacingly in the
freaked me out
corner.
when you said that in the kitchen.
Oh, no. Okay.
So, man peeking into the kitchen window.
So this morning, there's like apartments in front of us because we're in an Airbnb. And so I just so happened to see a man vacuuming in his apartment. And so I was just like, there's a man in the window. Like I didn't say it in a cute voice, not in a silly voice. I said, there's a man in the window. And so everybody was just like, what? And I'm like, I know, across the street. And they're like, Soraya,
The beginning.
you are going, right? You are going to give me a heart attack. I'm like, I was being serious. There was a man in the window. I wasn't trying to scare y'all.
One in the closet panicking for our lives, because that's gonna be me isolating myself. Like, okay, I'm going to be safe in here. Everybody's just living their life.
See, and that's the thing about me. You kind of have to a little ignore me, because I'll say like the most outlandish thing. Like we could be in like driving at night, and I'll be like, "Oh, there was a whole deer over there staring at us," and they'll be like, "Where?" And then car accident, right? And then it's nowhere to be found. You have to ignore me sometimes.
I know a lot of people like people with little kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's what broke the ice with us. Hey, did I text a random person that I only talked to on Zoom to babysit my child?
Hey, it truly do be like that sometimes. And that's the thing. Like, you also have to let go of the fact that don't have judgment being involved with your friendships. Because if you judge a book by its cover, you're never going to make friends. That is a given, because it's just like, for me, I wouldn't say I'm an open book or anything like that, but I will. Don't you look at me like that. But the thing is that the more I get comfortable with people, the more wild and outlandish I get. And it's just like, it's what's more to Soraya? And it's just like, I absolutely love that about us, because like, even for like the brief moments that we do have the time to spend together, we're sitting here like, I'm gonna go jump in the river, do it, you know? So it's just like, we're sitting here at this point, it's kind of like a siblings thing. I don't know if it's the same way with you guys, but I kind of feel it that way. We like, guys, you think I should just do a backflip? You should do a backflip. Wait, I don't think you should do that. And it's like, why not? So it's just one of those situations where you're just like, just do the thing. Don't be sitting here also being skittish with yourself and kind of questioning like, oh, if I, just kick my leg and do a spin, I'm going to embarrass everybody in the group and be like, oh no, they're not going to like me anymore. Just do it.
You have to take the risk.
Yes.
Even if you are out somewhere and you're alone and you want to make a new friend, just go up and be like, hey, what's up? My name is this. My name, blah, blah, blah. We're here at the same event. What's going on? Like, you just gotta overcome that fear and just like kind of put yourself out there. Right. Unless you want to like live like a hermit crab and not have nobody around you, then I mean that's completely fine sometimes.
Right. Also going off of that too, you don't always have to be like, "Hi, my name is," you know, you could just be like, "I like your shoes." You know, you really don't have to, you know, make a full conversation, because how many times have you been sitting here staring at somebody and like, I really like their pants, but I want to tell them I like their pants, but I don't want to tell them that because I think they're going to think I'm a weirdo or something like that. And then you kind of have this conversation and you're trying to say hi and you'll be like, Soraya name is corn dog, hi. You know, and it's just like, you completely messed that up and you're like overthinking it at that point. And it's just like,
and chances are everyone else is just as nervous as you are.
Exactly.
No, that's what people don't understand. It's like, man, you don't understand how many people are like really socially awkward just as much as you, even if you are. So like you walking up there and like being the first one to say hello is like breaking the ice and helping the other person.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like even if it's hard to be extrovert, because people don't understand. Sometimes being an extrovert is very, very difficult.
Really?
Yeah.
And sometimes people are just really good at faking it.
Like,
I am one of those people. I am extremely introverted, but I will like, I make the facade of an extrovert, and really like this entire thing, I'm sitting here like, I need to recharge. I really need to recharge. But it's so, the thing is that with introverts as well, they are the type of person where they can be introverted and they can also be extroverted. But the thing is like with their extrovertness, it has to be around people, but they also need to realize that if they are an introvert, like, for example, from what I've noticed, an extrovert always adopts an introvert. There's no way of getting out of it. It is a rite of passage. You either get adopted by an extrovert or you just so happen to find out that your bestie is an extrovert, you know, and you just kind of deal with it. But you also have to realize with your friends, if they are introverted, you need to understand that they have a social battery. And if they are capped, do not make them go any further. So, for example, you guys are hanging out and you guys go to a party. Your introvert friend, 9 times out of 10, is going to sit on the couch while you go do whatever your extroverted behind does, you know? And if I come to you as an introvert, like, hey, I need to go home. I am tired. There's too many people. I am hungry. I feel like you should respect that boundary with your introverted friend and be like, okay, give me like 15 minutes and then we can go. Or be like, okay, let's go. Or another situation of, I don't feel like leaving yet, but I can take you home so you can do whatever it is that you need to do, and I will be over here. And if I need something from you, then I would love for you to come get me or anything like that, because friendships go both ways. Regardless of what people say or do, relationships are a two-way street. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you are doing something for your friend, you need to do the same. And if you do not have that type of relationship, then are you guys really friends?
Touche.
You know?
That's totally a boundary that needs to be respected. Because, like, I love that you said recharging, because how I recharge, like, some people get their energy from, like, going out and having fun with friends. I get my energy by being alone.
Absolutely.
I spend a significant amount of energy by, like, I mean, I love talking to you guys, but by talking to people, like, it takes a lot of mental energy for me, and my social battery just tends to run out faster than, like, a lot of my friends who identify as, like, extroverted people. So it's, like, that's important to think about.
I think for me, for the way I recharge, see, I need to be around people to recharge. And not just my extroverted self. Like, I'll be like, I mean, hey, let's do this, this, and this, and this. because I can feel myself slipping. When my battery's going down, I need to be with other people to build it up. I don't know if that's like a normal thing.
No, it's definitely normal. No, it's totally normal.
Like, there's no normal way to like recharge yourself. You know?
But it's awesome. Like, when I start feeling like I'm lonely or something, and I think I'm looking at leaving the system while making friends, because I know that's something like important. It's all important, but a lot of us who are in the system didn't grow up with a family. So my people that I met through the system became my family. Like, absolutely. I can wholeheartedly say, like, look, this is my family right here.
Right.
Like, and that's just like, you get to choose who is in your circle.
Absolutely.
And if that means I choose you, all of you, then that's who I choose. You get to choose who you're making friends with, who become a part of your circle. And I mean, it's like Ray said, it's a two-way street.
And like starting over is okay too. Like, it's so scary, but sometimes we outgrow friendships. Sometimes we realize that relationships and friendships are super toxic and they're not helping us recharge.
Yes.
And like learning your own boundaries with that and like exercising those boundaries
honestly
is so important.
Yeah. And with starting over, it's difficult because I have started over numerous of times. And the thing is that I always kind of navigated it as what's wrong with me. But the majority of the time, it's you guys grow apart, or you guys are not seeing eye to eye with certain situations, or it could be a thing of they are jealous of you. And that is another thing that we don't talk about when it comes to like starting over and things of that sort, or having a friendship breakup, because that is, I feel like that's worse than a breakup. Like because with your friends, they know everything about you. You guys have the same mannerisms. You guys have the same everything. And with women, you guys are syncing with your cycles, you know? And so it's just like, you guys are just like one and the same. And then after that point, you guys are just, you fell off, and then you're just like losing yourself. So then you're just like, where's that other part of me? And the thing is that like, it's the same thing with a breakup. You kind of have to find yourself, because sometimes you kind of attach yourself to that person and you get their little personality, their little mannerisms and things of that sort. With friends, you have to realize that you are yourself. You are your own being of a human, you know, and you can't just glue yourself to somebody. And then once you get unglued with that person, you just lose yourself. You know, that's another thing with friendships. Be yourself. Yes, codependency. That's a word.
That is unhealthy boundaries too, because you are putting yourself in a situation where you will either be drained or just be totally exhausted from being used a lot. Like I've been used a lot in my friendships, like either for what I have, or like they want to just spend like time with me together and just waste my time on different things, what I don't want to do. But then they're my friend and I feel obligated to go with them somewhere because they're like, come with me, I need you. And then it's like a line of manipulation that goes on. And then you feel some kind of uncomfortability. And when you're feeling uncomfortable, you need to set that boundary and be like, no, I can't do this with you. No, I can't do this for you. You need to do it yourself because you're an adult, you know, like you're growing up. We need to grow together instead of grow attached to each other and need each other. You shouldn't need another person. You should want friends. You should want relationships. You shouldn't need another person to live.
Right.
I think something too, I'm going to go back to the parenting thingy mabobs, that if you have friends with kids, like I want to say 80% of the time, they're 100% of the time they're a package deal. If you're friends with them, like they come with a kid.
Absolutely.
But like there might be times where you want to hang out and be like, okay, I have my son. We either can reschedule or he can come with us.
Right.
Like just knowing that like there are those things.
Which I'm gonna tell you just like that. You be like, hey, I got my kid. Be like, hey, we can go. What's up? And that's the thing too, because you need to understand if you are going to make friends, understand their history, their family, things of that sort, because it's just like when it comes to being friends, you cannot be selfish.
Sure.
You cannot, because if I tell you, hey, my grandpa's in the hospital, I need to make dinner, I need to make sure my cousins and my brothers are okay, all of that, you cannot get mad at me and be like, oh, so you don't ever want to hang out with me, you don't love me, da, da, da. Do not manipulate me and make me feel guilty about the situation that I'm going in, because you signed up for this when you said you wanted to be my friend. Plain and simple in that word, because it's just like, it's a respect thing. If I just had a kid, no, we are not going to the club. We're not. Absolutely.
All them germs.
Exactly.
And if you truly love someone as a friend, like, it doesn't
You'll
matter
respect
what
them.
you're doing. Also, I don't need to be at the club with you. I don't need to be out partying with you.
Right.
I just want to be with you. You know,
Right. Let's go to the park and stare at the ducks. Or
Let's just sit on the couch.
let's sit on the couch and talk.
right,
Yeah.
let's be on our phones. Let's make TikToks. Like,
I'd be texting my friends when we're in the same room.
exactly. You need to know, right? You need to know your people. And that's the thing. It's a studying situation. It's very studious. You don't have to sit here and just be like, oh, this is my person, I'm hanging out with them, And then you get down the line and be like, I absolutely hate this person. So it's just like, you have to know your vibe. You need to know how you are as a person. You need to know everything about you, and you need to find those people that are similar to you. Like,
I like how you just said that, because I remember, not to turn this into like some motivational speech, but
No,
his
go
name
for
is Eric Thomas, and he said most relationships break because you put too much stuff on people and put too much stuff on their plates that they shouldn't have.
yes.
You don't know what you need. You don't know how you operate, and then you try and force somebody else to read your mind and understand how you operate. And there's a problem with that situation.
Yeah.
Like you need. That's what last podcast. That's why you need to go and learn yourself. Actually be alone with yourself. Actually know how you're thinking, what you're thinking. When you're happy, when you're mad, and know how to work out of those situations. Because nobody else is gonna be able to get you out of those situations. They can attempt to. They can try the hardest, but then again, you're putting too much stuff on that person to take care of you. You're
Exactly.
they ain't your parent. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's the thing too, just bouncing off of that. Your friend is not your parent, period. Because it's just if you are going through something mental, or you just so happen to get into a fight with somebody, I am not going to sit here and drive however long to come get you out of jail because you want to be irresponsible, And it's granted, I am your friend, but also in the same breath, be responsible.
Yes.
Don't sit here and wow out and then expect me to come to your rescue.
Fix your problems.
Exactly. You got boyfriend issues. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk to you about it. But
Especially
I will
when
be
you ditch
listening.
your friends for the new boyfriend.
Exactly.
Ooh.
That's another
I
thing
don't want to hear about the
too.
boyfriend anymore.
Exactly. I don't care about your boyfriend personally. If he leaves, I'll be celebrating. So it's just that's another thing too that we need to talk about. Significant others and friends. That is the mortal oil and water nemesis in the entire world.
But it shouldn't be.
But with boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever, your significant others and your friends, you also have to separate that too, because I don't know how many times people have involved their significant other with their best friends, and then it gets kind of messy. Is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But it's just, you need to learn how to spend time with your best friend, and you need to learn how to spend time with your significant other. Don't mix the two.
And don't let your significant other tell you can't be with your friends.
Period. This right here. This is the
walking testimony.
Exactly.
Huge red flag.
Exactly. The thing is that if you That's another thing too. If you have friends that are like, oh, you're not allowed to have other friends, huge red flag. Because it's just like, if you cannot have other friends besides this person, that just is a clear indication that they are codependent, they are needy, they are never going to let you let you live or anything. And it's just like, you need to have people that are willing to be like, okay, I don't want to hang out with you. I'm tired. I had a long day. We can hang out tomorrow, And it's just like, I don't know. It's so many avenues with friendships that you could just go through, but you also need to realize that it's a respect and boundary thing. Yeah. That's the overall generalization with friends.
And I feel like you should expand your repertoire so you can make more friends.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I mean, let me tell you something. I ain't never been to college. This is brand new to me wanting to go to college. I got more college friends than I could ever ask for. So it's like, in my opinion, it's like, I feel like you should like really broaden your horizon, because it's like, if you're stuck in like one type of like, how can I say it, one social club, then you're really not that, like, your mind is really not that expanded. So in my opinion, like, you should have some friends like going to drum circles. You should have some friends that only like video games. You should have other, like, you feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. Explore the avenues. Yeah. Because if you limit yourself to like, I only hang out with the popular kids, you're like, what are you doing? You're in that mind frame of being a popular kid till the day you die. And then you peak in high school, and then you're sitting here still trying to be the popular girl. And it's like, dude, stop. Please. It's not fun. It's not cute. And when it came to me in high school, I was never in one singular group. I was with the nerds, with the bullies, I was with the popular kids. I was hopping around like a hot potato. So it was just like, I never stuck to one vibe. And that's the thing too, when it comes to friends, you don't have to stick with one vibe. You don't have to stick with the stoners. You ain't got to stick with the, you don't have to.
It's also okay if you don't have friends in high school.
That too.
I did not have a single friend in high school.
No,
And then I moved and I graduated from college. I went somewhere else. I met new people and I was like, oh, it wasn't me. Like, there was nothing wrong with me. I just wasn't vibing with the people around me, and that's okay.
I was gonna say, I've been to so many schools. Like, since middle school to high school, I've been to so many schools. So it's like, it was hard making friends.
Absolutely.
Like, so it's like, not having friends at high school, in my opinion, really wasn't important, because you're still going through your adult life. So it's like you're still learning about yourself like that. So I mean, like, if you have a hard time making friends in high school or in middle school, forget them. Like, when you become an adult, like, please believe you're gonna find your group. Like, you're gonna find
those people.
Swear.
Also, if you are a military brat, I am a ex-military brat, and you like to move like every 2 to 4 years, so you will develop a friendship, and then all of a sudden you just poof, gone, and that's another thing too. If you are like a military family and things of that sort, learning how to make friends is not important at all. Just focus on your schooling, focus on whatever. And if friends come around, they come around. And if you just so happen, to keep in contact with whatever, military little kid that you were dealing with, then you do that. Because actually, I had a best friend where we met when we were 3 and 4 in the military. I know, crazy. We met in the military at 3 and 4, and we were friends for 15 years. And then it kind of just dissipated. But, it happens. You grow apart, you move from different things, but I will never regret those decisions. That's the thing about it. Like, with your friendships, don't ever regret those things, because it's like, yes, it happens that your friends starting over and things of that sort. Never forget those good times that you guys went to a 24-hour Walmart and y'all were racing in the carts, or you're in the parking lot and you spilled your entire Coke on your chest, and then you're sitting here with no shirt on and y'all are driving down the street. Just experiencing those moments. That's another thing too with friends. It is not about money, because I don't know how many times people have been friends with people just for materialistic things. It's about the experience. Being like, remember you fell up the stairs this morning? Like, things of that nature of experiencing your funny moments. Like I'll still like with my old friends, I'll still remember the fact that one of them like scraped their entire knee and rolled down the hill. Of course I asked them like if they were okay and things of that sort. But we ended up laughing about it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, learn to laugh too. Don't be a serious friend. That's kind of boring.
I'll be that friend that'll be like, it's okay to have friends that are like, I'll be FaceTiming my best friend, and sometimes we just like put the phone down. It's just that company.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be looking, we've been on the phone for 6 hours. I think we spoke maybe 45 minutes of this.
Exactly.
You know, and just finding those people that like, oh, okay. It's just nice to talk and be around.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I love making friends. I'm like the most friend, like, I'm that type of person. I could walk into a room and I'm like, I'm gonna be your friend and your friend and your friend and your friend and your friend.
Exactly.
And maybe you don't like me. Don't worry, I'll switch that.
But I'll figure it out. Right. You ain't got to worry about that.
And then we become best friends. Like, it's just like you just have to, your body language is important. Don't oh yeah, you can't see it, but like cross your arms and like
don't
scrunch your face.
Scrunch your face.
Be open and be like,
don't have RBF. Yeah, that's
I have RBF. So bad.
I do too. And that's the thing too. I can't help it either. And the thing is that when I do, a lot of people, I don't know, if you've had this situation where they'll be like, oh my God, you were literally like a B word. And when I actually met you, you're actually really nice. And you're like,
I was expecting you to be really mean.
exactly. And you're just like, can you talk to me at least first? Which goes back to that judgment thing. Do not judge me based off my face. I am straight up vibing right now. I'm probably even staring at the lawn, having no thought, just Soraya. You know, it's just right. And the thing is that if you approach me, I will talk to you automatically, and you are now in danger now because once you start talking to me, I will not stop talking, and you'll be like, okay, I love you, but please shut up. You know, so it's just like pick your battles. Pick your battles with that.
oh, yeah, friends are so fun.
It is fun because it's just like you also get to determine like what you get to do. I think that's the fun part about it when you make friends, because it's like, what do you want to go do? You want to go on a hike? Let's go bump carts. Let's go to Elitch's or something like that. Or
let's go on a road trip.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's go visit
our friends up in Durango.
Right. Right. Let's go to Salida, right? Let's all meet up
right now.
Right. For those of you that don't know, we're all in Salida right now.
Took us all 3 hours to get here.
Yeah, but it's worth it. But the thing is, like,
oh no, she was speeding.
How you gonna call me out? You were perfectly fine. Did you die though?
We almost did. Just a little bit.
The thing was that I was
Passing
not
one of those trucks, and then we were like pretty close
On the way to
like,
pick you up.
50,
We were fine. It was
30 feet.
he was driving stupid.
On the,
He started speeding up when I tried to pass him.
Of course,
I think it was
love
fun
that.
for him.
then we were facing a big yellow truck on the other side of the road.
Oh no, I don't like
Pretty
truck.
cool.
Yeah.
Gave me the adrenaline I needed to get.
Oh, jeez.
And I think also, no, maybe that's just our situation. Like, we've talked over like good old Zoom and Google Meets because that's what we do since 2020.
Yeah.
And so I think once we like finally knew that we were going to be able to be together, we were all excited. I don't know how many times I asked Kibby, do we know anything about the retreat yet? Do we know it?
Oh
And
my
half
God.
the time I used because
Have
I
you
need
finished your
childcare.
errands?
Because I needed to figure out my childcare, but the other half I was so excited.
Right.
I was like, do we know yet? Do we know yet? Do we know yet? And there's times like, we're talking about that on Monday.
Right.
Because I was just so excited to be like, I get to be with my people.
Right. And that's the thing too, because it was just like another fear thing. You got to get over that fear of trying to like be kind of pish posh too. Cause I don't know how many people have like, you've been around like new people and you're sitting here trying to be in this like mask and facade of like, oh, I am this way. And then somebody cracks It always happens. Like when you're in a group, somebody cracks, and that was me. And it was just like, everybody started to melt after that. It was just like, okay, she's cool. She's just vibing out. So I get to do that. I don't know.
Last night we all were singing together.
Yeah.
Like, we were singing songs that are like, oh, you know that too?
Right.
Okay. You can jam out to some Nicki Minaj. Let's get it.
Right.
And I love that you brought up like working remotely. And I feel like maybe we could talk about like making friends like post-COVID and during COVID. How hard that was for a lot of people who are extroverts. And you said, Lizzie, that like that's how you recharge. And then like quarantine made everything like shut down, and
I was still at
like,
Walmart.
Yeah,
I
and for
needed
people
to.
who are like neurodivergent, making friends, you know.
Look, I can never forget COVID. They shut down the Job Corps facility and sent us all home.
Oh no!
Every Job Corps facility got shut down. We did not know what we were gonna do. We couldn't learn trades or nothing. Swear. And we were all by ourselves. I remember I could not leave my house in Denver because everybody was there was like a big outbreak, and so like we all like weren't allowed to leave our homes for like 2 weeks.
I remember.
Oh my god!
Horrendous.
All of that was horrible.
It was definitely horrible.
I lost a lot of friends during COVID.
Yeah. That was a definite like thing, because it was just like everybody's trying not to get sick. Everybody was trying to be like, you know, taking care of their families, focusing on themselves. And it was not a good year to be trying to make friends. And honestly, I feel bad for the babies that were graduating in 2020 and did not get their prom. They did not get their graduation. And the thing is that I feel bad for those babies. They do. Don't get me wrong, because every time when graduation comes around, I see the 2020 babies like, we didn't get our graduation, we didn't get our prom. And I'm like, baby, I get that. I understand. But the way that life happened, you can't get that. I know. You can't get it back. And the thing is that you have a choice to fix that situation. Make a grown-up prom.
Yeah.
You know what? You know, or, you know,
celebrate it on your own, like with your own friends.
Exactly.
Do your own graduation party. Like, even though I graduated in like 2014, it was still a year later. I was supposed to graduate in 2013. I still went out and like did stuff for it. Even though I didn't get to walk across the stage and do everything that everybody else did, I just still like made it a celebration to myself.
Right.
It was 12 years of school. Like, I
that's just a reason to celebrate.
I'm not gonna lie, it just made me feel like a young buck. You said
right. I'm saying, because I graduated right before 2020. I am a class of 2019. You know what it is, you know, but I graduated right before that. And then as soon as 2020 graduated, I was like, dang, y'all, you know, but it's just like, it's sorrows prayers, you know, so it's just like, you kind of just have to.
I think it's hard though, like, but when you have friends like through school, and you guys are friends through school because you guys are the same grade, you guys met in kindergarten, and then you become an adult, and they have different dreams, which we all need to encourage.
Yes.
But then they move out of state, and then you never hear from them again. But then you create new friends, and then they come back 5 years later.
completely
it's
different
just
people.
Yeah.
You have to encourage your friends to do what's best for them.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys a question on something you said. How has making friends changed post-COVID?
It's a good question.
I want to make more friends. I'm not afraid anymore. I crave that human interaction that I'll be like, hi, let's be friends.
Right. Definitely going out more, a lot more.
Yeah.
Like going to new towns.
Yeah.
I feel like people,
because after COVID, I'm pretty sure everybody, and that's the crazy thing about it too. It was, I don't know how many times I've been seeing people. I have went to Texas numerous of times, and I'm actually potentially trying to go to Detroit. I have never been to Detroit, but it's that experience. And after we got out of COVID, I was like, let's go anywhere. I'm down for it. And it's just like, beforehand, like with the COVID thing, like trying to like get out of it, that 2021, 2022 kind of situation. I know specifically 2021, everybody was so super like skittish, and everybody was like, "You breathe too hard on me, you're going to jail."
You needed to sneeze.
Oh my
the worst
God,
thing in the world. You sneeze.
Even now, if you have a cold, like I'm terrified of coughing in public.
Yes.
I have to be like, I tested for COVID. It's not COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's a trauma. That's the thing. And it's hilarious because like, I ended up getting like a kind of little sniffle situation, and I was publicly like out, and I'm like, and you don't want to cough too many times because you're sitting here like, if I cough, they're gonna be like, COVID spray, So it's just like, no way.
I remember working at the place for a time, and when I tell you guys, there was times that COVID, like potential COVID outbreaks, we really didn't know if it was an outbreak of COVID or somebody just had a flu. They would shut down the whole shelter, put people in their own like hotels, which is cool. Get your own hotel room.
Yeah, get it how
but
you
it was
live
like you could not leave the hotel room. You was by yourself for 2 weeks. The staff had to all the staff
Get
was
tested.
working from home. Oh my gosh, they took it so. Now they should take it serious.
Yes.
But at the same time, though, it was like we were on lockdown no matter what.
Right.
Like, I felt better when the vaccines came out. Like,
Yeah.
that shedded a little light, and then I was like, I'm going to get vaccinated however I can, so I can go out again, so I can go to concerts, so I can...
Right, so I can exist to be human again.
Yeah, like, and then all the venues, like, opened up, I think, in, late 2021, and it was like the whole world came alive again.
And then it shut down.
Right.
Yeah, and then it shut down for a little bit, and then
Yeah.
like we reopened everything, and then it was like, okay, I feel like this is over. The apocalypse of the world is kind of over. Whoever is here now, we need to save and like make friends and like you know connect with people to make sure they're okay, and like just the whole. You know, before even COVID like started, I could like see people wearing masks. And I was like, what is this for? And then it's like they knew before it happened, and that like kind of freaked me out.
Yeah.
I feel like post-COVID though, like during lockdown, I think that I built on my skills of like ways to keep in touch with people.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I feel like I can better maintain friendships now almost because I'm better at reaching out when I'm not seeing everyone like face to face every day.
Communication is so much better because
and like we use Zoom. Like my friend group that's like all over the country now. Like we use Zoom on Fridays, and you can play like board games online.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
Like on Messenger right now, Facebook Messenger, you can make a group, and there's just like so many games that you can play on there and things of that sort that you can interact with your friends. Or, you know, you can find some little random game and try to play it via Zoom and stuff like that. Because I've done that before. Or karaoke nights. That was a lot of what I've noticed, like during COVID and post-COVID. It was a lot of karaoke and a lot of like charades, which is also kind of funny because like during COVID, I don't know how many times you're sitting here like Zooming with your family, and you're like, Grandma, you're frozen. Can you turn off the camera and turn it back on? Which that's another thing, which is a little bit off topic, but dealing with COVID, I don't know how many times I had to like explain to my grandparents or anything like that. Be like, put the camera down, pull it away from your ear. Or anything like that, or like talking to like my cousins or baby cousins, and I'm like, "Hey, baby," and then click, like, dang, you know. So it's just like, I don't know. It was a wild time.
Yeah,
my grandma know how to use a phone better.
Mine do too. So it was just like, I don't know. It's crazy. It was a lot of social media development too, because it was just like we had nothing to do, and now that we're post COVID, people are like, I don't know what to do. I was watching TikTok, so what do I do now? You know, and we're trying to get out of that weird situation where we're like trying to physically meet people. You know, we're trying to like get off the phone, like with work. We were trying to get out of Zoom, and we're sitting here meeting each other, and we're sitting here standing here looking like this, like, you're a human, I'm a human, let's speak. You know? So it's just like,
It's like there's no screen.
right, there's no screen in my face. You know,
There's
we gotta
no little
meet
emoji.
people like this, like phone in the face and everything. Be like, hi, my name is.
So
Good old COVID times. And like social media is a good way to keep in contact because
Yes.
during COVID they came out with that. I'm gonna reiterate the emoji, but it's like
I'm sure
the care emoji.
Yeah, but
Like that's my favorite emoji.
oh my
And,
god.
Like, just know, like when I do the care emoji, it's me giving you a hug because I miss you.
Love
But, like,
that.
social media has been like the coolest thing. I mean, here's a cool story. I met a friend
Mhm.
Among Us. We all talk about Among Us. You know how
jeez.
they told us not to make Discord calls and gang up on people. I may or may not have created a Discord call with 15 people in it, and I have one of my best friends now lives in Egypt.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, I'm gonna go see her in June.
Oh, that's exciting.
Not June. Oh wait, I can't go in June. Well, anyways, we're gonna see each other, and we bonded over a hey, you killed me on Among Us. You want to join our Discord group?
I'm sorry.
Or like we'll purposely like you can make friends anyway. Like
Yeah.
be careful. Because I did meet,
Yes.
be careful what you do though. Like, I mean, I met another friend who lived in Cali and he moved to Colorado, still one of my greatest friends. But like, be careful, like talk to them for like a year before you like meet in person.
Right. That's another thing too. With online friends specifically, you got to be careful with that because there are weirdos out here. You know, let's kind of keep it honest here. They're weird. You know, and it's just like you can't navigate a person unless you meet them physically or you are seeing them on Zoom. So you sitting here having conversations with them, you can't gauge their vibe, you can't see how they are. And then when you finally meet them, they're a stalker or they're a serial killer. You know?
Yikes.
So no, I'm being honest. You know? It's just like
Yeah.
you know, you can't do that. But like if you are going to meet people online, be careful because there's also catfishes out here too. And it's just like you think you could be meeting somebody and then all of a sudden you're sitting here meeting you think you're meeting a 14-year-old kid. You're actually meeting a 40-year-old man who's been living in his basement with his mother. So it's just like the list is endless. You have to be careful with these things. It's just
I'm so sorry.
because it's so true. You have to be honest with these things. That's what we're doing. But it's just like so. With Youth Awareness Week coming up, we have a lot of events with our locations and things of that sort. We're doing barbecues, we're doing ice cream socials, we're doing so many things that are social. So if you are a little social butterfly or not, bring your little non-social butterfly friend and you guys can have all types of friends and make it fun. Don't sit here and just be like, oh, I'm just doing this because you want to. Actually feel like you want to do the thing. So
And we've got some online options too.
Yes.
Yes.
So check out our website, check out Colorado Youth Awareness Week's website, and see what's happening online or in your area.
Come to our chapter chat. It's popping.
yes,
Yeah.
it's always lit.
It's a really great supportive network to have and to meet people.
Yeah.
Everything that we say is very helpful. So if you just please join us, we would be greatly appreciated of you so we can feel like we are making a change in this world.
We want to hear what you have to say too.
For real?
Yeah.
Is that episode number 3?
Shut up, Dan.